Hello everyone. It's great to be with you, but not actually be with you. It's kind of weird. Sitting alone, giving this in my bedroom. There's nobody here. But yeah, I suppose that's just where we're at these days. And it's still really good to actually be able to talk to you via this and over Instagram. First, I just want to say I hope you all had a really good week. I hope you've had a great Easter break, spending some time with your family, and we had great weather, so hopefully you were able to get out outside for a bit, albeit if even if it was just in your back garden. But hopefully the better weather has brought with it some better moods as well, and hopefully brightened up your quarantine time a little. As leaders over these last few weeks, we've just been thinking of ways that we can get in contact with you, and these videos that we've posted on a Friday night is just a great way for us to continue to engage with you guys and continue to share what's on our heart and what we feel and what God is saying to us over the past couple of weeks and over however many weeks there are still to come. Yeah, I know that Katie was speaking with you guys last week. She was speaking on stress and anxiety, and if you guys haven't been able to have a look at that talk or watch it, I would just really encourage you to do so. And you can just go on to Instagram and scroll down the video a bit, and it can be found really easily. Such a great video that she posted, and yeah, I would just really want to encourage you guys to go and watch it if you haven't already. But yeah, just given our current circumstances and yeah, just how they are at the minute, how we're only allowed to leave our house to go for shopping or go for exercise once a day. Us as leaders, we felt it would just actually be a really good topic to discuss at the minute, and that is the topic of loneliness, how we're spending a lot of time by ourselves in our houses these days. So that's what the talk is on today, is on loneliness. So I'm going to run through that, run through it a few different points, and hopefully wrap this video up within the next 5-6 minutes or so. So yeah, what is loneliness? We'll look at that first. So even before this whole lockdown thing came into play, loneliness has actually been a major concern in the UK. There's a lot of people higher up in government that are actually looking at it as it's a massive contributor to our mental health. It's said that around about 20% of the people in the UK actually suffer from this feeling of loneliness. But what actually is it? What is loneliness? It's quite a difficult one to define, and one that can be actually quite easily confused. When I say loneliness, I'm not actually talking about like solitude or isolation. We can be at home a lot of the time, like quite as we are now, and not actually have the feeling of loneliness or the need to socially interact with other people. We can actually be quite happy in our houses. But at the same time, other people who are constantly surrounded by people all the time, whether that's in your schools, whether that's in your football clubs or in your church or your youth groups, and these people who are constantly in contact with other people can actually feel quite lonely and isolated. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that loneliness is different for everyone. It's an emotion. It's something that you feel personally on the inside. And people are always looking for someone to recognize them or to feel belonging of somewhere or feel connected to other people in society. And actually when that feeling is absent, that's when people begin to feel lonely. This is actually something that's really easy to do now, and this feeling is really easy to come about. And that's probably due to the rise of social media. You can flip onto your phone and go onto Snapchat or Instagram, and it's really easy to see other people doing things that you would like to be doing, or doing them with people that you would like to be doing them with. And that can actually just heighten the fact that loneliness is going to enter your life. But this is actually not God's desire at all. God does not want you to feel lonely. He, right from the very beginning of the Bible, in Genesis 2, God talks about creating a suitable helper for Adam, and that's when God created Eve, so that Adam was no longer alone. And God continues this theme of togetherness throughout the entire Bible. He does not want us to feel disconnected from other people. So I just want to read this short passage from Ecclesiastes 4, It's verse 7 to 12, and in my opinion it just captures perfectly the heart of God and what he wants from us. So just bear with me as I read this. Again I saw something meaningless under the sun. There was a man all alone. He had neither son nor brother. There was no end to his toil. Yet his eyes were not content with his wealth. For who am I toiling, he asked, and why am I depriving myself of enjoyment? This too is meaningless, a miserable business. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labour. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm, but one can't keep warm alone. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. And simply put, in the midst of all this lockdown and of all this chaos, if you're feeling like you're alone, then the answer to all of this is Jesus. God is faithful, and no matter how you feel, he understands you, and he always wants to know you. And he always wants to have a relationship with you because he loves you more than you can ever comprehend or more than we can ever understand. He loves us. Loneliness can always seem more intense when we have nothing to do. And we certainly have a lot of free time and not very much activities to fill it with. So a good way to overcome this, and just practically, is actually to get some sort of schedule planned out for your day. Whether it's some sort of schoolwork, I know probably not great, or else spending some time outdoors with your family, or playing games, or whatever it may be. But in and amongst that schedule, and in and amongst all of that, I'd actually really like to encourage you guys this week to take some time and really focus on your relationship with God and seek him out. Because in actual fact, being alone is not all that bad. And we read in the Bible and in the Gospels in particular several times that Jesus went to a lonely place, whether that was the wilderness, to be with God. Jesus sought out solitude so he could seek out God's will and plan for what actually happens in our lives is that we are super busy all the time just with normal life things. And without even realising sometimes what we do is we actually push God off into this wee box, this segment in our evenings that we maybe spend a little time with him, and it just feels mundane, and it's just almost became like a tick the box exercise. But actually having so much free time now that we have can cause us to seek God in a deeper way. And when we are alone with God, he gives him the opportunity to speak to us and receive our undivided attention. Listening to God, he may reveal things about you that you didn't know, or it may be just good to draw nearer and understand more about who God is. So instead of getting angry or annoyed or depressed about the situation that we're in, why don't we actually see it as a good thing? Having all this free time is a great benefit in that we have more time to draw closer to Christ and to draw closer to who he is. So that's really it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the video. I hope it's made some sort of sense and that you're able to take something away from it. So just everybody stay safe. I hope you have a good week. Remember to wash your hands. Look out for a video again next week. Speak soon. Bye.